want to talk about Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones is moving forward in a feature film. Now, they're extending the Game of Thrones universe, the franchise. Preliminary discussions just started, so this is very early on. Very, 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 very early on. No cast, no director, nobody else involved between them and the studio. I mean, of course, we're going to have George R.R. Martin involved with this too, and they will be moving forward with this franchise, try a continuation of this. Now, they were going to do movies before. The idea was before we're going to do like 3 movies to finish it off, but then that didn't happen, of course, because HBO was like, we're a brand, and we want to keep it to the HBO brand, the Max. We're streaming thing. It's high quality. We're not going to go to movies. We don't want to sell that off. But something's been changing. You can call it the stuff with the Penguin, maybe. You can say maybe with that Batman universe, with how streaming's changed. Maybe that's what we're talking about. Again, what's happening with movies in general. People aren't going to theaters. So maybe that's what's happening. I think this is going to be, now, the Jon Snow project got pushed. We do have the House of the Dragons going on. We have other spin-offs, but I feel like it's going to be the Jon Snow stuff. It has to be, guys. We have to continue that story. That's what they wanted to do before. They say Game of Thrones to me. That's where we're going with this, and hopefully they get the whole crew back together. Come on, Peter Dinklage. Make it happen, man. Bring them back. Bring those people back. I can't wait to see, because I loved where we were going with that. I just think the ending, like all you probably think out there too, the ending could have been better. It could have been better. You know, like we kind of dropped the ball, if you ask me. Sometimes the right thing to doing these things is just do the thing that's predictable, you know? Jon Snow should have won. Jon Snow should have been sitting on the Iron Throne. That's just me saying that because, like, it was his story. It was totally his story. And then you're like, well, let's not do that. Let's put, let's fucking push him aside. Like, come on, guys. Just do what's right by the fans sometimes. Hopefully this does rectify it. I don't know. Or will be a separate spin-off thing. What do you think, GR? Think it'll be a separate spin-off, not attached to that world? Because I feel like it kind of has to be, right? Fans have been screaming about that ending, saying it wasn't good enough. Why are you doing this to us? We invested so much time. Do you think that that's going to happen? They're finally give back to the fans and make them have something that's worthwhile?
I don't know where the hell they're going to go with it. I'll be honest, Brian, I'm probably the worst judge of this because I am the only person in America, I think, that hasn't seen 1 second of that.
Oh my God, GR, no.
Not 1 second, GR?
No.
Oh man. Oh, it's good.
Sorry, it just didn't grab my idea of a show I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting, GR. I feel like if you went back and watched it, you might really find something you love. You might, because there's some great stuff that happens.
Well, you ruined the ending. The right guy didn't win, so why go back and watch it?
See, that's how I feel. I feel like the right guy didn't win. I mean, it ended the whole thing. I feel like we could have had Jon Snow be on that throne. That's just me. I know a lot of people were mad about it, and I was kind of frustrated too, because I waited till.
Take it. That's my question for you, Brian.
But it was still I liked how they, they did it every, you could see every character and kind of how they evolved. I mean, there's a lot there. I mean, to me, this is like almost like a Star Wars type. You could go on with this for almost ever, right? You could do the prequels, the sequels, the everything. I mean, start wherever you want to, and then just move. I mean, there's so many angles to go at this. So I think that they could do a film kind of like like all the others have done. So it's like you could do like, Sex and the City went and did films, and now are back to a series, and it's like, maybe that did good for them, but I don't know. With this, what do you think? I mean, I will watch it. I will watch the series. I will watch the movies. I'm an all-in Geo tier. So House of Dragons.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, Angela, do you think that the fans... Right, but Angela, do you think that we should go back to the Jon Snow franchise though? Was that something you'd want to see, or do you think that again they already shit the bed on that, they don't want to touch it again?
Yeah, I think we could do the Jon Snow thing for sure. Yeah, why not?
I think that would incentivize the fan base to come back, because I know they lost some fans over it. I know they did.
Oh yeah, like you mean the way it ended, or what?
Yeah, the way it ended. I was like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, what are you doing to us?
Well, yeah, like when you watch that ending where he goes off to, you're kind of like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I think so, absolutely. I think Game of Thrones fannies or fanners will come back. Fannies will come back. Yeah, the fannies will come back, and in droves. I mean, I'm one of them, so I will be right there front and center. I think other people will be too, but that is my opinion. Yeah, Peter Dinklage. They got to like get some of that.
So good.
Well, I mean, they have to get the cast like that, but you know, I hope they can get a lot of the original. That'd be great.
I hope they can too. And I see Dr. Jackal was saying about like what's Game of Thrones. You can check it out. It's an HBO Max HBO production. It takes place. There's four seasons we did, right? Or no, it's five seasons, right? And then it's
8. It was Game of Thrones, like the series.
The OG. Plus there's House of the Dragon, of course, but the OG one was 5 seasons.
I think there was 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
You sure? But it takes place, and it's its own kind of world now, Westeros, and it's like medieval times, and it's really a game about who's going to be the king at the end of the day. And so the first original part of it went through, and we found the king at the very end. And then now they have the prequel series called House of the Dragon. There's 2 seasons of that so far, which again, the second season was.
It was 8 of GOT.
It feels like it was 5 to me. I don't know why.
8,
it feels like that's.
And then this one would be 9,
rough.
Basically the House of Dragon. Yeah. They might start going off on the houses, like Houses Stark, and maybe they're going to start doing some, the main houses that I don't know actually matter, which
that
is
could
really
be cool too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they could jump way into the future. They can go, it could be a middle ground between, other seasons. It could be between the House of the Dragon seasons, maybe, or maybe it could be something that's just so early on, like the story of like maybe like one of the first kings or something. They could go. It's limitless. And George R.R. Martin is still very involved with this. He's like very into it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be like could be like a Star Wars situation where you're just like it's coming at you from all angles. But they've got their groupies, they've got their fans. They're not going to, it's not, they know that it's going to be profitable. It's going to continue, you know what I mean? They just have constant angles where they can play off of them. So it's going to work.
Yeah. That's the thing, that there's so many more opportunities they can go with this franchise where they can build it and develop it. And the fan base is there. There's a lot of hardcore fans that will watch this. Medieval, or there you go, Queen, characters about always backstabbing each other. You're right. They're always backstabbing each other.
Yeah. Tons of
they all want to
backstabbing.
all different houses are fighting each other, different different families all want the throne. It's really fantastic. There's not much dragons in this one, but there are dragons in it. And then House of the Dragon, of course, has much more dragons. If you love the dragon stuff, it's cool. They're like riding dragons around around Westeros, and they're freaking. I was convinced. I learned some more of the rings here too. Just
Maybe
blend them all together.
It'll be like a predator and alien situation. It'll be GOT with like Lord of the Rings mixed together in Middle Earth.
Yeah, mix them up. It'll be one big Middle Earth, medieval times. They'll throw a Knight's Tale in there too. We'll get this a big conglomerate of medieval times. I'm excited about it. I honestly heard this and I'm like, this makes sense. Why not, guys? They're doing so much with Game of Thrones right now. Kind of like the Alien franchise. There's so much happening with it. It's like spin-offs and redos and reboots and remakes and continuations. And we're never going to end this franchise.
I'll always watch the Alien franchise. I don't care if it's shitty or people think it's a bust. I still like them. I do. So I'm a fan of.
I'm 100% about them too.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be there.
And I love that Ridley Scott was like being all like, I'm not doing it anymore. But it's like, come on, Ridley Scott, you're doing more. And this was announced a while ago that he was doing another one. And he's being so coy about it. It's like, come on, man. And of course, he's coming back now. And he was very involved with the Fede Alvarez one. He said he was like really excited about that one when Romulus was coming out. So I don't believe these guys sometimes. They want to be all cryptic and quiet about it. I'm like, you're lying to the fans. You're lying to the fans. You're involved in this. Yes, they take that money 100%, GR. So Game of Thrones, everybody, it's coming. You ready for the movie? Are you excited about it? As we are, because I'm excited. I think it's fantastic. GR's going to get involved.
GR, come on, GR, we're going to get you caught up.
Watch it, buddy.
Come on. GR, come on. Peppy wants you to watch it. Come on.
Like I care about what Peppy wants.
I tell you what, Peppy says the shit nobody else wants to say.
Peppy,
Yes, you do, Peppy. I agree with that.
Yeah, he does. But I know Pepe loved this too. I love it. He watched me the whole time. He's excited about it all the time. He's watching the dragons. He wants to ride them all the time like I do. And it's going to be fantastic to see where this goes. It really will. So everybody, more Game of Thrones. Are you excited about it? Let us know, because honestly, HBO will make it happen, and George R.R. Martin will not stop, can't stop, will never stop, and this is like a big franchise for HBO. So keep it going.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join, because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks, because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.